I want to start by just saying I genuinely love you. From the second I met you and your lovely bangs in 6th grade, we have always been attached in friendship that stems from laughter, honesty, compassion, and joy. I am grateful to still have my best friend by my side, and I wouldn't choose anyone in the world to eat late-night Jimmy John's with. I promise to share your beauty, intelligence, curiosity, and everything that you give me, and I'm excited to wake up every morning and continue to be baffled by the luck that I have you.
During their premarital counseling sessions, I asked you to talk about 5 things you cared and really thought about each other. You talked about how much you generally care for each other, how honest and patient, how you go about life, being able to have energy, and being able to be easygoing, to balance out one another. You talked about the happiness you bring to each other with your smiles. And you talked about how you're willing to engage in new things together. And that is a gift.
First of all, I'd like to give a little shout out to Mike and Cheryl Kelly. Where are you? You two, true to form, throw one hell of a party. But more importantly, you raised one hell of a daughter. I had the privilege of meeting Brenna in kindergarten. Basically, since then, Brenna and I have been best friends. It was in like late 4th grade or 5th grade because I was allowed to sit in the front seat of the car. My mom was lecturing me because I was getting made fun of at school. She was like, no, Danny, you need to stand up for yourself, yada, yada, yada. And so Brenna just pipes up in the back seat and she goes, you know what, Sharon, like, even if Danny won't stand up for herself, I'll always be there and I'll stand up for her. And that has stuck with me for a long time because it's really rare that you find someone who will always have your back and who will always be there for you regardless of the situation. And I mean, that is like the definition of Brenna. I consider myself so lucky and I'm truly thankful that I have got to be your friend for so long and it means so much to me.
As we gather today, we know for this state it means a great deal to have an Oregon State beaver and Oregon duck sealing our unity with a kiss today. But we welcome you to this wedding as we celebrate with them their life together to this point and the new life they are embarking on this day. You have traveled together and learned together and grown together. You met and became best friends in middle school, and that all evolved into high school. At 16, you went on your first date. You went to a Thai restaurant, but you drove your separate cars.
This has been a long time coming for these two. I was talking to Rye before and he was reaffirming a lot of questions for me because we're a few years apart and so we've been a town apart for a while. And he was telling me they've been together since they were 16. That's a really long time. I mean, everybody gave claps for that. That's through all the dramatic high school years and the beginning of college. And you even survived going to U of O, right? You stayed together through that. That's a tall ordeal. Regardless of that divide, you guys have stayed true from the moment I've known you guys. I've never known Rye to speak of another person outside of you, so that's something commendable. I'm sure that you will always be together and always be true to each other.
Brenna, I am excited for this to happen. Although it feels as though we've been married, there is something about knowing I will be with you forever. Oh, that's so cute. It's a necklace that has our wedding date on it. I am so excited to see our friends and family, and most importantly, to see you. Thank you again for everything you do for the day and all that you do for me. I am so happy for what's to come. Also, I hope you like my present. Figured I would get something that you would love. Love you.
I don't really remember the first time Brenna and I met. I know it's really sad to say. There's just a picture of us in our diapers on the couch, so that's all I have. Since I've known you for a very long time, I want to say I've been preparing my speech since we were on that couch together, but I haven't. I've only been preparing the speech since we were in 7th grade together, when you guys first met. So as the years went on, Brenna and Ryan started dating again, and luckily they matured, but as many of you guys know, I didn't, so I came up with the nickname Brian. Although we may look back at a time when Brangelinas, Benefers, and Tomcats were all the rage, Brian really represents you guys.
Ryan, I am so excited for today. Over the last 8 years, we have shared so many memories, from senior prom, taking a trip to college, World Series, traveling to Europe, and countless others. But I know the best is yet to come. I can't wait to see you at the end of the aisle and officially become Mrs. Barnes. I love you, Ryan Douglas. Love your future wifey. Gosh, you look amazing. Oh. Look at you.
You look good.
Why can't you?
Let me see. Oh,
Nice
see,
watch.
I know, look at my earrings. I put them in my second haul.
Wow.
Special. Thank you. Ryan, you are my partner in crime, the love of my life, and most importantly, my best friend. I promise to always be your biggest fan. I promise to always ask what we're doing every weekend, even though I always know the answer is I don't know. I promise to gracefully grow old with you, although you're already starting to gray. I will always test your patience and ensure that you are right every once in a while.
I am grateful for the utmost respect that you give me and your willingness to put me first in your actions and thoughts. I love that you put up with my bizarre sayings, my weird love for telling you sports stats that you really don't care about, and being patient with my wait till the last second attitude.
You always know what I'm thinking, even before I do, and you're the only person that can instantly turn my day around with just a smile. You always give and expect nothing in return, and your patience is truly something special.
I am saved by your ability to create riveting daily lists that keep my butt in gear and your distaste for a messy house. I promise to continue putting my laundry in the basket, and I will try to separate lights and darks, although not guaranteed.
Ryan, do you intend to share with Brenna your joys and your sorrows and all that the years will bring? And with your promises, bind yourself to her as her husband is, so answer, I do.
I do.
Ryan, I give you this ring
Ryan, I give you this ring
as a sign of my love and faithfulness.
as a sign of my love and faithfulness.
Brenna, I give you this ring as a sign of my love and faithfulness.
Brenna, do you intend to share with Ryan your joys and your sorrows and all that the years will bring? And with your promises, bind yourself to him as his wife is, so answer, I do.
I do.
For those of you who don't know, Brenna and Ryan dated briefly in middle school and then got back together in high school. And I knew that Ryan would be like a long-term thing about our junior year in high school. Brenna and I would go to all Ryan's baseball games when they were at home, and before the game, I would look up the opposing team's roster, and I would look for guys that were tall, had like relatively good jersey numbers, and played, semi-important positions. Ryan's first at bat, every time he'd take a couple swings and look up at me and Brenna and look, okay, Danny, who are the prospects for this evening? And I'd give him the list, and the man would make a genuine effort to talk to these guys. Granted, nothing ever came of this, but like each time at bat, he would give me an update, like, no, number 7's an idiot. But number 4, he's a real winner. Now, this was when I learned that Ryan and Brenna, would be really good for each other, because Ryan and Brenna are both equally as caring and compassionate and thoughtful and generous. I couldn't be happier for you two, and I'm so excited to see what is to come. So will you all please join me raising a glass to the new Mr. and Mrs. Barnes. I love you guys.
Over the years, I've watched you guys make last-minute trips to Corvallis at 3 a.m., as well as in between baseball games. I see how much enjoyment you guys get out of simply being in the same room together. You guys no longer just share Brian, the celebrity nickname, but you now share Mr. and Mrs. Barnes. So please raise your glass with me and toast the new Mr. and Mrs. Barnes. Cheers. I love you guys.
I promise to respect you, continue to give you daily back rubs, and to promise to always put you first in my actions and thoughts. I promise to always be an easy sell, to forgive quickly and anger slow, and finally, be a gentleman that you deserve and be nothing less. I pledge to you, Brenna and Kelly, that I will genuinely love you for the rest of my time.
These 8 years have been so amazing, and we continue to laugh until we cry. I love you, Ryan Douglas, and I'm so excited to spend the rest of our lives together.
You guys have many adventures ahead of you in being wife and husband, and it's an amazing, wild ordeal. I wish you guys the happiest of times and the most amazing of times, so let's give it up for Ryan and Brenna for amazing years to come.
As many of you know, my dad likes to make things a little bit interesting. So when we first got engaged, he offered us a case full of money to elope. The number, as we debated, the number kept going up and up and up, and it made it harder and harder to decide what we really wanted to do. But after like months of debate, we finally decided that we really couldn't pass up the opportunity to celebrate the start of our marriage with our closest friends and family. So we really appreciate everyone being here.
And to that, raise our glasses.
To our friends and our family.
And to our friends and our family.
May you go forth with joy. May you return home at night with peace. May the mountains and the hills burst into song at your coming. May the trees of the field clap their hands. And may the Lord bless you and keep you. It is our privilege to present to you Mr. and Mrs. Ryan and Brenna Barnes.